Hey, everybody. Get in here. Get in here, y'all. How are you doing? It is Tuesday night. What's the date today? Today is December the 17th, 2024. Let me ask y'all something. Do y'all have a night routine? Like before you go to bed, is there something like specific that you do with your skin? Like a special like regimen that you use or like any type of special like creams or serums or anything like that? Like what is your night routine? So I figured today we'll do a review of this Kendra G singles. And while we're doing that, girl, let's just like have a little, girl chat while we're watching this and kind of, analyzing it. You guys know I always tell you that the best way to activate and to really work your discernment muscle is to use it in real time, right? So sometimes the best way is to look at other people's situations and see what we can get from it, what lessons we can learn from it. Um, so you know how like your girlfriend, right? Like you can always see like, girl, you are not making the best decisions and dudes. It's like you can always see like all the little red flags and all that stuff in someone else's life, right? But when it comes to your own, it's like, okay, wait a minute. I can't see nothing, right? But that's okay. Like that's how you really have to work your discernment muscle, right? Is like, okay, we could start by analyzing other people's situations, right? And we just work that muscle and get stronger and stronger. And then we're able to look inward and really analyze ourselves and, start to think critically about our own decision making. So I have this little steamer thing, right? So I'm gonna turn this on and I'm gonna be using like, the water's gotta heat up and stuff like that. So, child, I'm gonna be doing my little facial on camera. I am a brand ambassador for Aviv Spa, and their Dead Sea products, and I absolutely love these products. I have been working for years to try to like get my skin under control. I have a lot of hyperpigmentation. I have like, all these little scars and stuff like that that just don't seem to want to go away. Plus, I have fibromyalgia and lupus, and sometimes, that causes irritations and changes in my skin. So I have been working, you guys, working really, really hard to do better about taking care of my skin, being more intentional, being discerning, right? About the products that I put on my skin. And so I have this, I love it when it's like a V Spa re-up day, right? Like I go and get my kit, my handy dandy kit, and it comes just like this, like with everything in the kit. You can order it just like this, and it comes with the whole lineup of products. Now, so for my steam, for my little steam, I'm gonna do this steam first, and then I'm gonna do the Dead Sea mud mask, and then we're just gonna talk, you guys. I put a couple of drops of magnesium oil. She has a line of magnesium oil, and I put that in the water too, so it's giving me kind of like this steamy, I don't know, like a spa type treatment. Okay, listen, because like in order, like you got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of your skin. You got to take care of your body. Because your body's gonna take care of you. So you got to do what you got to do. So if you guys want some information on how you can get your kit, you can order your kit, get a good old discount. You use my ambassador code, my brand ambassador code, and I will make sure I put that in the chat at some point. Okay, so you guys. Okay, so the caption on this one says, um, Kendra G says, I say this with love. She is one of the most delusional women to ever come on my show. So you guys know we need to do a review of this one. And like I tell you guys, we're looking for the discernment message, okay? We're not just watching these so that we can talk about people or critique them. We want to give constructive criticism, but we also want to be very discerning about, the things that we say, which means that not only do we need to be honest, but we do need to say things with love, right? We need to, always make sure that, we are looking out for one another, and understanding that it's easier for people to take your constructive criticism when you say it with love, and when that's your ultimate intention. Okay, so we're gonna look at this. Let's see. Let's go ahead and just press play and see what she's talking about, y'all.
Hey, what's your name, baby?
Jovan.
Jovan, where you calling me from?
I'm originally from Chicago, but I stay in Florida, St. Petersburg, Florida.
Oh, I hear that accent. So you've been in Florida for how long?
Ooh, like about 15 years.
I did like the way she said Florida. She said Florida, Florida. That was so cute. I love like listening to people's accents, right? Like I don't think I really have an accent because I grew up in Germany. I'm from Detroit, like originally, right? But I grew up in Germany, and now I've been in the South like for most of my life now. So, but I don't think I have like an accent. What do you guys think? But I just love like listening to people's accents. It's always so cute to me. It doesn't matter like where it's from. Like it could be up north or like west or wherever, like overseas. It doesn't even matter. I just love it.
Since
15 years.
2008. So it's about 14, 15 years.
Okay. Giovanna?
Jovan, like the cologne Jovan Musk.
Jovan. Okay. How old are you?
I am 39 years old.
39. Do you have any children?
Yes, I have two.
How old are your kids?
16 and 4.
Okay. Same man?
Two.
Two men. Have you ever been married?
No.
Why are you not with the 4-year-old dad?
It is a crazy story, Kendra, and you might not believe me, but I'm going to tell it. I'm going to be real quick about
Ooh, let's
it.
hear
So
it,
I was in a
girl.
relationship with a young man where I was holding him down in prison. Yes, holding him down. I had met him off of POF. I don't know if you heard of that.
Plenty of
Plenty of
fish.
Fish.
Wait, did you meet him while he
Oh
was in
Lord.
prison?
No, I met him within 24 hours, and then he went to prison. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. And I was at the time when he went to prison, whatever the case must be, he told me that he didn't want to be in a relationship after 24 months we was together.
But wait, you
So
said you met him the day before he went to prison.
yes, so he
So
had
how was
a
y'all
one
in a-
Girl,
apprehensive.
that was God trying
Okay,
to
I
so
tell
know.
you,
you
so you met him on
something.
Monday. He went to jail on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
And y'all thought you was in a relationship for 24 months?
No, so I hold him down like it wasn't. It was. It's crazy how it sound, but I was like, well, I want to give him a chance. I wanted to give him a chance to see how it was. But he's not my son's father. He's not at all. So when I was in college, I was in my last semester of college. I graduated with my bachelor's degree. I met a young man, and he was a good friend of mine. We was talking for about 2 years, and he poked holes in a condom, being nasty and devious, and I wound up getting pregnant with my son. And he never been around his child. My 4-year-old never seen his dad. He don't want no parts of his son's life. And it's sad because, he knew what we was doing, and he didn't want to step up and be a man. So
But what does this guy do with the prison guy?
he actually
What
he was
does it
getting
have
out
to
in
do with it?
May in 2018, and he told me that he didn't want to he didn't want to be in a relationship no more. He wasn't happy. After I
Girl, he
hold him
wasn't in a
down,
relationship with you when he was in jail.
that's what I said.
So wait,
So
but I'm confused on why you brought that relationship up if he's not your 4-year-old child's father.
because that's how it all started with me getting pregnant with my 4-year-old. Because the young man that I was in college with, I knew him for like 2 years while we was in there. We was like buddy partners as far as study partners and stuff like that.
They're saying
But
if it's your shirt, they can see. I mean,
oh
okay.
I'm
It's just the way
sorry.
it is. Okay.
It's the way it is. It's sorry. It's cut.
So
It's
okay,
cut,
I want to
y'all.
make sure I
Sorry.
understand the story. So are you saying that you
Yeah.
were dating the guy in jail, and when he got when he got out, y'all broke up, which is crazy, and then then you got with the guy from college?
Somewhat, yeah.
But the guy in jail that you were dating, so what, you were going to see him while he was in jail, I'm assuming.
Yes, I was holding him down. Yes.
But you never, y'all never had a date because
I know we didn't, but I felt like, I was gonna hold him down. I
Girl,
was,
you met him
you
24 hours before he went to jail. Why did
I
you have to
know,
hold him down?
I know, because it happened so quickly, Kendra. It really happened so quickly, and it's so crazy because that happened 4 years ago. But
For your
Yeah, is this kind of reminiscent to what we talked about yesterday with the whole ride or die thing? You remember we were talking about that, and this whole like trying to be loyal, being loyal to a fault, you know. Does this kind of like give y'all like some of that same like type energy? It seems like it does to me. I wonder why she felt so compelled to hold him down, or you know what I'm saying, to stick by him while he went to jail when she had just met him, you know? And it's like this there does seem to be like this delusion that kind of like has fallen over a lot of us, where we create this fantasy in our minds, and even though every sign around us is saying something completely different, we are just determined to stick with this idea that we've created in our minds. It's wild, but that's what it looks like here.
years ago when he got out of jail?
4 years when he was within that time period, like 3-4 years, if you want to
I'm
say.
just confused on how the guy in jail relates to your 4-year-old child's father. How do those stories
So
like why did you tell
okay,
me
so
about that if he's not the 4-year-old child's father?
because I would never met my son's father if he was what he did, because I felt like, as a woman, if I'm holding you down, I'm protecting you, why would you tell me after 2 years that you didn't want to be in a relationship no more? Even though I know what you're saying, Kendra, that we was not together and he was in a, we
He
was
wait, wait,
in
wait.
the,
He told you not in 2 years. He told you when he got out of jail.
when he was fit to get out of jail, that he didn't want to be in a relationship no
Girl,
more.
are you really? Come on. How old are you?
I know.
39.
I'm 39.
Oh
You're
yeah,
But
really
this is scary. This is really scary, especially for her to be at such a big age. It's scary to kind of just like witness her thinking, or this strong lack of awareness, because you have to remember, like, we interact with people who you know don't have a way of making decisions, like properly making decisions, properly like thinking things through, you know and these are people that we interact with every single day, and you have to imagine that these people aren't thinking like anything through. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just when it comes to relationships, but it comes to their everyday movements. And I think that's why we are seeing such an increase in this violence, and people just really making terrible decisions that impact them for the rest of their lives. It's just because people do not think. They don't think. People do not. Um, they have not activated that gift of discernment that we all have. And you can see that so apparent here. And the way she's smiling just to be so clueless, but so happily clueless is very concerning.
really asking that question out loud. Girl, listen, I'm gonna give you harsh truth. First of all, you met him before he went to jail. Now, listen,
Right.
I'm not a ride or die chick. I'm gonna tell you, yeah, ask that right now. If you go to
Yeah.
jail,
See
you do the
y'all?
crime. That is God's way of breaking us up, and that's if I knew you. Unless I might have a friendship and I might put some money in your commissary, who knows? But I'm moving on with my life. But you met this person who you had no connection with a day before you went to jail, right? So this is not a person you knew for a long time, a family
No.
member or whomever. So you decided to hold him down while he was in jail, which I'm just gonna be honest, he was using you for whatever. And I'm not sure you might have not only been the only person he needed, was using, because when you're in jail, you got nothing but time. So he probably had, I don't know, I can't say for sure, but my guess is he had several women maybe keeping him afloat while he's doing that time. Who knows, right? That I don't know if I know that for sure. But I'm not shocked that when he got out of jail that he told you he didn't want a relationship because he was using you the whole time. I'm just mad that you didn't know that.
Yeah, I was blinded. I was blinded by the
Girl,
fact that.
what kind of glasses do you have?
Oh, you like a
You're
sketch?
gonna need a stronger prescription.
You're right.
She said she was blinded. What do y'all think about this? She met the man 24 hours. He goes to jail, prison, wherever for 2 years. What do y'all what is y'all's assessment? What's y'all's assessment of this situation? Like, seriously, she was blinded. This makes me concerned, very concerned. And she's just so happily clueless. Like, she's just so like giddy about it.
Let's move forward. That's your past. So I'm assuming you don't talk to him no more, right?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay. Well, okay. So I get it. So you're saying had he stayed true to his word, you would never have your 4-year-old child. That's why you told me this story.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is Jovan, Florida. What do you do for a living, honey?
All that to not take responsibility for her choice to have another child. She said all of that just to not take responsibility, to blame another man for having a baby with another man. That's okay. All right, sis.
I work for daycare. I'm a radiology scheduling. I work in the scheduling department, so I schedule imagings like mammograms, PET scans, CTs, and things like that.
Okay, so you work for daycare, you said?
No, I work for daycare, radiology.
Radiology. Okay. When's your birthday or zodiac sign?
She just said where she works, y'all. See, when I said she just happily clueless, like, okay, sis.
My birthday is June 10th, and I'm a Gemini.
You're a Gemini. All right. So this is Jovan, Florida. 2 kids, 16 and 4, 39. Works for radiology. Is a Gemini. What kind of man you looking for? I'm looking. First things first. Not in prison. We'll start.
No, I don't do that no more. Out of there. Done. But what I'm looking for somebody that's open, honest, and committed.
Committed. Okay. What's some deal breakers for you?
A liar.
A liar. Okay.
A person that cannot hold a conversation. I have been dealing with that a lot. Like, they tell me, yeah, I'm all in for it, but then the conversation is not there. They in the beginning, but then when it slowly progresses, they're not there no more.
They're not there no more. Okay. No. Does he have to be in Florida, Petersburg?
St. Petersburg, I would say yes. In Florida, yes, I would say, because being out in Atlanta or not in the state of Florida is hard. But I want to say something, Kendra. I do have a chemistry that I thought that probably I can see myself. He actually was on your live. His name Reggie.
I don't know. I can remember. Was he on the live tonight?
No, it was a long time ago.
Reggie, tell me about him. Did you reach out to him?
I did reach out to him, and we're cool. But we don't have the same connection, but we're cool. We're good friends.
So why are you bringing him up?
I was just wanted to say that. I wanted to say that because I tried to see if it could go somewhere, and it didn't.
Okay.
Yeah. Why would she say that? Why would she say that? Sometimes when you let people talk, they would just say, they would just take way too much. Way too much. So she's telling the guy who she's hoping to get with that she has already met a guy from the show. It didn't work. She thought she had chemistry. But why even mention him? He's not even noteworthy. This don't look good.
But you told me you have good chemistry with him. So I was assuming that you guys were talking. You're not talking no more.
No.
Well, whose decision was it?
it was I would say it was both of our decisions. I would say it was both of our decisions. I mean, he is a cool person. He is a cool person, but I think that, you know, the fame, being
Well, I find when someone says something twice like that, like back to back, it's like it's a lie. Let's go back a little bit. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about.
Was it?
it was I would say it was both of our decisions.
It was both of our
I would say
decisions.
it was both of our
It
decisions.
was both of our decisions. Why say it twice?
Um,
Sounds like it's a lie.
I mean, he is a cool person. He is a cool person, but
Said that twice.
I think that, you know, the fame, being on here, seeing other people, talking and stuff like that,
So
options.
did y'all just have a friendship, or were y'all dating? Did y'all meet in person?
No, we never met in person. He's in Georgia, but we was trying to. I had told him I don't have no problem driving. I don't have no problem meeting up, linking up. We can meet halfway.
So
I'm in
Violet,
Florida.
you're doing too much for men.
Like way too much. Even just to mention him is doing too much. He's not even noteworthy. It just shows. I mean, it just doesn't look good. Y'all tell me what does it indicate to you? What does that indicate to you? Because it's like you mentioned it. It is like, were you hoping to get some type of result out of it? Is she hoping that Reggie, that's his name, will see it and reach back out to her? Or like, what was her end goal with even mentioning it, other than just to make herself look bad? Because that's what's happening.
I am okay.
You're doing too. First of
Doing
all,
too much.
and should be a rule: all women don't ever talk about no man who ain't talking about you. Let's start there, okay? So I don't know. You're telling me he got famous from the show. To be honest, I don't remember half of the people that come on the show sometimes. I mean, there's some people that are unforgettable that I will never forget. Reggie isn't enough. I would need more details to remember who he is. But it seems like you reached out to him. You guys probably communicated, but it was never, I don't think, I mean, from what you're telling me, what I'm gathering, it wasn't really anything. Like you never met him in person.
No, we
So
we just we just we just Google each other, live and things like that. But it wasn't like
right, but I mean, you told me in this one moment that you offered to drive. Girl, hell no, no.
No.
Now,
I mean, we meeting halfway up. I
was
mean,
he gonna drive the other half?
yeah,
Well, what happened then?
it never happened. That's why I said,
So
it was a
maybe he
bunch
was
of
just
lies.
talking. You were willing to do
Yeah,
it, but obviously he wasn't willing to do it.
yeah.
So listen, it happens to all of us. I only
Oh
know stuff
yeah.
because I've been through it. But and I
Yeah,
have
for sure.
overextended myself in past dynamics. And
Mhm.
I just say it never works. You know what I'm saying? So I do sometimes think women have standards way too high, but sometimes standards are way too low. And if you ever find yourself overextending yourself, that is never good. You do not want to overextend yourself for anybody. That goes for men and women, to be honest. I don't think it's going to end in a way you desire. So, and you
Yeah.
want some effort. It is true. If a guy wants you, you're not going to be confused. Like that's the simplest thing. If you're wondering if a guy likes you, he don't. Because if a guy likes you, you're going to know. And
Yeah.
that is the simplest statement I could ever say.
Mm.
And when men like a woman, you're gonna know he likes you. You're gonna know. If he doesn't, and if you're unsure, 9 times out of 10, he probably doesn't like you as much if you're unsure of it. But just a little lesson right there. But let's keep going because I think you have a sweet spirit, a sweet soul, and I don't want you to be out here getting played no more by these men.
Yeah, that's the thing. She's just so like you could just tell she's just so like happy and just kind of like um just really clueless, right? And I think like that's probably like the best way to put it is just like a lot of us daughters are really clueless as to the way we move and the dangers that are out there. Now, something happens to you, that doesn't mean that you're deserving of bad things happening to you, but deserving of it. Is that what I said? Lord Jesus. doesn't mean that you're deserving of bad things happening to you. But when you are, when you've activated your gift of discernment and you're using it, then you could prevent a lot of things from happening to you. And I think it is your responsibility to do that, to make sure that you are using discernment, because even though it be unfair for someone to treat you wrong or to do you wrong, you still understand that there are people out here that will do it. And it's your responsibility to protect yourself. Now, I just, okay, let me give you guys a status update. So I just got done with the steam facials done now. Well, the steam part of it. And so now I'm going to put on the Aviv Spa mud mask. It's this Dead Sea sensitive skin mud mask. Let me put that. Can y'all see that? Let me see. Right there. Right there. Right there. Is that good right there? Can y'all see that? And it's a charcoal mud mask. So I'm gonna put that on while we are watching the rest of this. But you guys, let me know, like, what do you think about, what do you think about what we're seeing so far? What do you think about Miss Jovan? Have you guys seen like a couple, maybe some red flags that are kind of like, it's showing that, she needs to use a little more discernment in certain areas of her life? It definitely sounds like it, when it comes to how fast she falls in these relationships. She says she was blinded in her last relationship. She also communicated with the guy from the show, never met up with him, but felt the need to mention him now. So like, what do you guys think about that? And you giving your opinion and your viewpoint on this does not necessarily mean that you are being judgmental, you're being harsh or anything like that. But, as daughters, just daughter to daughter, we can offer each other some wisdom that just help us move a little bit better. And I think that, if you have some words of wisdom that you could give to, Sister Jovan here, then, put those in the comment section. Or maybe, if you yourself have, done some things that were less than smart, you know, in your pursuit to find love, let us know in the comment section. You know, tell us your story. We love to hear from you. And we love to support you in your continued growth in activating and elevating your gift of discernment. Okay. So I'm going to put this mud mask on and let's continue watching.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So
Kendra.
you brought up Reggie, and lesson to all women: don't name drop no man who ain't name dropping you, especially on social media, child, because then you brand it, and then you don't know what he's thinking. And
Right there.
do not name drop nobody that ain't name dropping you. But let's keep going. So,
Yes,
all
ma'am.
right, we gotta do the Kendra Cam, honey.
All right, let me go into my bathroom because I know that's the best place. Hold on, Miss Kendra. Let me go in my bathroom. All right, Kendra, I'm gonna put you right here.
Okay.
Okay, hold on, put you right here. All
Ooh, ooh.
right.
All right, we see you, boo. Okay. Did I ask you if this guy have to look a certain way for you?
I would say I would like him to be tall because I'm 5'4". So I would like him to be at least 6'2". About 6'2".
You're 5'4". He has to be 6'2".
I would say yeah, 6'2". Not too tall.
6'2" is tall.
I know. I mean, like that's good height. I like a hug on the child, I like to cuddle. So you got to be a little buff.
He can't be 5'8", 5'10".
I have had that. I have had 5'4". I have had 5'5". Yes, I have had men. Yes, me and him was like hi to each other, hug. Yeah, I have had all of them.
Was Reggie 6'2"?
Yes,
Was the guy in jail 6'2"?
he was 6'3".
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And both of them played you to the left.
Unfortunately,
No,
yeah.
because you didn't.
Listen, it's your life, your desire. You have the right to request. But six feet and up men are very in high demand, and they
That's
pretty
a
much act
high.
like the two men that you dated. So just take that in consideration.
Yes,
Not
ma'am.
saying short men don't act a fool either, but tall men really act a fool because they the most sought out men. But let's keep going. Does the guy got to make a certain amount of money?
I would say, no, as long as we can meet each other
Okay.
equally.
All right. So when was your last relationship? Was it your 4-year-old child's father?
No, it wasn't. It was my
The guy that was in jail?
no, ma'am. It was my fiance. We was together
She was engaged.
like that. It's hard to talk about it because I still deal with it a certain way because that was my best friend. You know, when I couldn't make Christmas for my youngest one, because at the time I only had one, he made sure Christmas was for us. You see what I'm saying? We used to watch football together. You know, we used to do everything together,
Did he
go
pass
out to
away?
dinner. You know, he's no he was a person that knew how to treat a queen. He knew how to treat his queen. And
So why did y'all get married?
he cheated.
How'd you
Oh
find out?
God.
I found out through Instagram, Facebook.
Okay. So you still remember him as a perfect guy?
Yeah, before all that happened, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, she was the way she. Am I tripping? Why is it the way she was talking about it was like the man had passed away? Like, he was just the best guy like ever. Girl, just to say, like, he wasn't that great. Okay. At the end of the day, he wasn't that great. And you found out on social media. Ooh.
I did.
So you said 5 years ago. So I thought you were dating the guy that was in jail 5 years ago.
No, no, we was together. We was together for 5 years. It's been over 7 years.
So that's your last relationship.
That's my last relationship. Yes, ma'am.
So you don't really consider the guy in jail your relationship then?
Not really. At first I did, Miss Kendra, but then
Why
I
even
really
mention
looked at it and
him?
I said that I was being played, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to believe that because
Do you
I'm
have
like,
friends?
huh?
You don't have friends?
No.
You gotta get you some girlfriends. Because your girlfriends would have told you.
I'm here for you, sis. Okay, you can count on me, daughter to daughter. Okay, I'm here for you, sis. This is not a good look. I would not have even mentioned two of those guys she mentioned on there were not mentionable. Okay, they were not mentionable. In fact, just mentioning them made her look terrible. It made you look terrible, sis. Okay, sis. Okay, you ain't got no friends. I'll be your friend, sis. Cause listen, you know, daughter to daughter, that was not a good look. So, like, really, the only guy she should have even mentioned was the ex fiance that cheated. But I mean, even her mentioning him in such a great light, and then to mention some bad things that he did. Well, he wasn't all that great. Cause you guys know what it takes to cheat on a person. Like, it's just not something that just happens. You know what I'm saying? That just happened. Like, you have to be, there have to be some premeditation. Some, you know? That doesn't just happen. And for her to find out on social media, is that's even more disturbing because, sis, I'm here for you, sis.
That the guy in jail ain't your man that you met 24 hours before he went to jail.
When I came down here,
Or
Kendra,
get
from
you a gay best
Chicago,
friend. Every girl need a gay best friend. Because he's gonna just tell you what it is and not sugarcoat it, and he's gonna tell you.
Don't believe that, y'all. That that's not true. Every girl doesn't need a gay best friend. Okay. It sounds good in theory, but we'll have a whole discussion about that at another time. But just know that that's not true.
You what it is. It's probably gonna hurt your feelings, but you're gonna need to know. So
What you need is friends who have discernment. That's what you need. And it doesn't matter if, you know, they're gay or not. That doesn't matter. They have discernment, then you know, that to me is a good friend. That's it, really. That's the major requirement. Because think about all of the categories. Like when you talk about vetting a person, right? Think about all the categories that, you know, that all the boxes that will be checked, knowing that a person has discernment, meaning that they think critically, mean that they're intentional about the decisions that they make, meaning that they think about other people around them, not just themselves. They think about the world at large and the future of the earth. They think about these things. But there are people who are in this world that don't think about these things. They don't think about the impact their decisions has on other people. They don't think about the impact the decisions has on themselves. They don't think. And so, a major requirement that you should have of any prospective friend in your life is that they have discernment. And there's so much more. There's so many other characteristics and qualities that come with a person who has discernment. We'll get into them another time, but that's what you need. Not everybody just needs a gay best friend because they'll tell you the truth and they'll tell you no. You need a friend with discernment.
Every girl find a gay best friend or a real girlfriend who love you
Kendra,
enough
I
to tell you the
do.
truth
I
about life.
have my best friend in Chicago, but I mean, it's really hard when she's not here, you know. But I mean, we
I
talk
could
every
I
now
could have
and then.
texted you that, girl. Now I don't got to be in your face. I could have texted you that message.
Period.
But let's keep going. All right, so you don't gotta answer this question. When was the last time you was intimate with someone?
The last time I was
Don't answer
intimate with
that.
someone was 2.5 weeks ago.
Okay, is that guy an option?
I tell y'all, daughters, 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 do not disclose when the last time you slept with somebody on a national show. Please don't do that. That is private information for whoever you be sleeping with. That's not for the world to know. Okay, people, daughters, please don't get on this show and answer that question. Just say, I'd rather not say. I decline to answer that question. You could plead the fifth, people. You do have that right. You have that right, okay?
Possibility.
Okay, that's good. We got an option, a potential. So why do you think you're
Potential.
single, Javon?
Why I think I'm single is because I would say, Kendra, I'm everywhere. And when I say that is that, you know, being a single mom is things that I can't do that I would love to do, like go on dates and, you know, not having a babysitter to, you know, watch my child and then taking care of my mom. She's ill, you know, that puts a lot of people on the back burner because I put my family first before I put myself. So I'll be ready to go into something, but then I back because I got so much other stuff that I'm dealing with in my personal life.
Okay, we gotta go, but answer this last question. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Because I'm an honest person. I'm very loyalty to any man. I know.
Very loyal.
Loyal.
Okay.
Yeah. Did y'all see Kendra's face when she did? Kendra is too funny. Let's go back a little bit. She said, I'm very loyalty. Okay. Okay, sis.
Okay. We gotta go, but answer this last question. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Look at Kendra's face.
Because I'm an honest person. I'm very loyalty to any man. I know.
Very loyal.
Loyal.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I meant to say loyal, not loyalty, but loyal. I'm a person that is a communicator. I like to communicate. And I'm just funny and I'm down to earth.
Okay. And there you have it. Let's do it. How you want them to reach out to you, boo?
So y'all, remember I told y'all yesterday about the whole I'm loyal, that whole ride or die thing. I told y'all it never works out. It never works out for us. It never works out for us to have that ideology that we are going to be a ride or die. Okay? Because where does it, like, at what point do you have to be concerned, or can you be concerned about yourself, about your life, about your purpose? At what point do you say, okay, well, this ride or die is going too far, like, and this can't be my purpose for being here? I think that the bottom line issue that we are having right now is a fatherlessness issue. I think that's what it is, y'all. And when I think about my own story and how it was my father who was the deceiver in my life, he was the one who pushed me to my purpose, provoked me to my purpose, pun intended, because I have a book called The Pastor's Daughter Provoked, right? And when I think on, writing that book and the lessons that I learned, the discerning message that I got from that book is, and from that entire experience, my whole childhood of growing up with my father, is that I'm gifted, right? Sometimes we are provoked to our purpose, and the experiences that we have are to push us into our purpose and knowing why we're here, what our message is. And I say it's probably centered around something that made you angry. We're always taught, especially as women, that our anger is wrong. But I promise you, if you look at the situation that made you angry, that is probably, your passion is probably somewhere wrapped up in that. And that's the way it came out with my father and his deceptions. It was just like, it was just like I couldn't take it. I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand to hear him lie, It's just like, just to be such a deceiver. And to be a pastor, all at the same time. But that's, and this is an epiphany that I've had like lately, that at the end of the day, it was never really about him. Never really about him. Because ultimately, in order to be pushed and provoked into my purpose, something was going to have to provoke me into it. It just so happened to be him. So I think about our daughters, and how, this lack of discernment is really keeping us, not only from our purpose, but is really putting us in a very dangerous position. I mean, just in watching this video alone, when we, talked about Sister Jovan here, I mean, she said she gave so much information about herself that really puts her in a position to be victimized. She has indicated in this video, if you are looking at this with a discerning mind, right? Then you look at this and you say that she has put out a lot of information that indicates that she makes emotional decisions. She's quick to make decisions without thinking them through. Hence why she met a guy in 24 hours, he goes to prison, and she feels this need to hold him down and be in a relationship with him. To people with a deceptive and a predatory intentional like way of moving, right? Way of living and a way of relating to people. They're looking at this, and they're looking for those vulnerabilities. They're looking for these weaknesses in her thinking, in the way she moves. Think about a person who is predatory um in how they look at kids or wanting children, right? She indicates that she has too. So then someone who has a predatory mind is looking at this like, okay, I'm seeing these vulnerabilities and I'm seeing these weaknesses in her. And this is how I can exploit her. This is how I could deceive her. This is how I can control her. This is how I can manipulate her. And I think for a lot of us daughters, if we don't have that type of mind, if we don't have a deceptive mind, then we can't even fathom how a person can think like this. We can't fathom that there are actually people who their whole way of being, their job, is to prey on you. So they scour these shows. They look for women like Sister Jovan here and like some of the other reviews that we have done of some of the other daughters, and they're looking for the weaknesses in you. Also in this video, she has indicated that where she works. We have to be careful about how much information we're putting out. And I'm guilty of it as well. Don't think for 1 minute because I'm talking about it means that I have always made the best decisions, that I'll always make the best decisions, right? But that's not what discernment says. Discernment doesn't say like in all situations, regardless of what happens, everything is going to turn out exactly how you want to, but you know that that's going to happen anyway. So it behooves you to at least think things through, so that at least you can minimize, you can detract from deceptive things or deceptive people coming into your life by activating your gift of discernment and practicing that gift and becoming strong in it. Because if there are predatory people out there anyway, then it only makes sense that we get smarter about how we move, knowing that there is nothing that we can do to really control their behavior, but what we can do is be smarter about ours. Just daughter to daughter here, not trying to come like a parent or some type of leadership authority in this, but just daughter to daughter. I've made bad decisions myself. There's plenty of times I'm sure I could have lost my life by the decisions that I made. And it takes real daughters to come out here and just say, look, sis, the way you moving is you gotta wisen up here. And no, nobody has the right to harm you, to take advantage of you, to mistreat you, to manipulate you. But you also have to be smarter about the way you move. That's just the way that has to go. And if you are not smarter about the way you move and you knew better and you should have done better, then really, can you really say that you're a victim? It seems like you're only a victim to your own bad decision making. And that does happen, right? We have been victims to our own bad choices. Some of us like to explain it away. Oh, it was God, well, God saw fit for that to happen. No, like you saw fit for that to happen. Some of us are victims to our own bad decisions. And, looking at shows like this, and you see how because that's when it really is a problem, because we put ourselves in such vulnerable positions for the sake of love. for the sake of being in relationship with other people. And sometimes that's where our downfall is. I'm sure Jovan, just like many other women, and myself included, right? I was so successful in a lot of other places in my life, like in my job, my career, school. I excelled in all these different areas. But when it came to making decisions about men, I was ignorant. Like a whole dummy, y'all. Like a whole dummy. And that's why I wrote this book. That is exactly why I wrote this book, y'all. Discernment for dummies and deceivers, because we in the world we live in, y'all, where deception is at an all-time high, we cannot afford to be dummies. We have got to activate our gift of discernment, and we have got to work that muscle. And we've got to make better decisions. It's like your life depends on it. And not just your life, but the life of the kids that you have, right? Some of our extended families have been harmed because of decisions that we made in the person that we chose to be in relationship with. We've seen it. We've seen all the headlines. We've seen all the crime shows. Like, we know that that's what's happening. So we got to do better, sis. And so, daughter to daughter, this is, what I have to share with you guys today. I want you to get in the comment section and let me know what you think about Sister Jovan. What's the discerning message? What's in your DM? Okay. The DM means that you have a discerning message, a message straight from the Holy Spirit, from God, letting you know, like, how you need to move differently, what you need to do differently, think differently. What could we do that's a bit smarter about our decisions, or making smarter decisions? What's the message here? What are you getting? Is there some advice that you would give Sister Jovan about her quest for love? Would you suggest that she does some type of counseling, some type of coaching, or anything like that? I mean, what would you suggest for her? So let me know in the comment section. I'm about to go and wash this off. Thank y'all for doing my little facial with me. I might come back. I'm gonna check with my husband and see what time he's going to bed. But I might come back because I got this. Also, when I got my Aviv spa kit, right? I also got this cute little device. It's called a what is this called? It's the Age Beautifully. What do you call this, Tammy? Anti-wrinkle device. Okay? The Age Beautifully anti-wrinkle device. Can y'all see that? Let me see. There we go. There it is. Y'all see that? And that's a device right there. So after I think after I get wash this mask off, then I may do the device. I've had it, y'all, for like a week and a half or so, and I haven't used it yet. So I'm anxious to use it. And it says here it's great for lymphatic drainage, minimizing fine lines on your forehead, lips, and neck, and firming jowls and jawline. It's a bipolar LED Age Beautifully device with 7 colors. It's heated and it has a built-in timer. So when I come back, I'll let you guys know what the different excuse me, what the different colors mean. But it has like a color scale right here on the side, and it tells you what all the different colors do on this system. And this is it right here, right? It's really cute. It looks all like fancy schmancy, like it's gonna do something serious, you guys. I'm gonna be beautiful. Okay, let me see. Oh, it has some charge already, you guys. Look, it's already on the red. Okay, that's the warm. It's the oh, look, like you could turn on all 3 of them. I don't know if you can see it really because of the way the lights are shining. But anyways, so this what I'm gonna use when I get back after I wash this off. But hey, you guys, also let me know, do you have a skincare routine? Like, do you have like a nightly routine? I want to get better at doing mine. Tammy, who is the founder and creator of Aviv Spa, she says she does hers every night. So I might have to increase to that point if I want, if I want the results to, to really like, you know, result. If I want the results to result, okay? For lack of a better word. Okay, I love you guys. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think. I'm your host, Daughter to Daughter. My name is Dolores, the pastor's daughter. I love you. And remember, you are important to me. I need you to survive. Bye bye for now.